Now, Way 31 Storm Tracker meteorologist Grace Anello with 31 Triple Doppler.
Here we are at midday on Wednesday, and it just feels like we're inching ever closer now to all of this winter weather we know is headed our way. But it's starting to take shape. We're seeing a clearer picture of what not may happen now, but probably is going to happen.
Yes, we have a very clear picture of what it's going to look like. It is going to bring implications. It is definitely going to matter. I do not think it's going to be quite as truly devastating as what we saw last year. And we're going to talk about that in detail. Take a look right now. We're going to absolutely breeze through what's happening today. 11:49 on your Wednesday morning. 31 Triple Doppler seeing a good bit of cloud cover. It's starting to clear. We're going to see more of that clearing later this afternoon, but it's going to be much later. Our temperatures right now incredibly cold. That wind is still gusting significantly, feeling like 24 in Huntsville, feeling like 23 in Decatur. Even at our warmest today, feeling like 28. That sunshine doesn't come to us until much later after lunch today. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the heavy hitter. Friday, our 31 alert day. Of course, this is in place because of accumulating snowfall that's coming into the area, a great deal of it. Our very far southern counties could see just a little bit of freezing rain that would lead to ice, but for the most part, it's that snow threat. Our 31 alert day goes into effect 3 o'clock in the morning Friday and sticks around until 9 o'clock in the evening on Friday. I'm expecting inches and inches of snow west of I-65. You're looking at about 6, if not close to 6.5 inches of snow on Friday. East of I-65, looking at 5.5 inches in Huntsville, just over 4 when we make it into Jackson County there in Scottsboro. I don't want that to scare you. I just want you to know this is a real system that's coming, and I want you to be prepared. So here's the timing of it. We'll see a few flurries beforehand, but true significant snowfall starts around 3 o'clock in the morning in the shoals. From there, it tracks east, and by 7 a.m., it's covering all of us in the Tennessee Valley. At that point, we'll continue to see heavier snowfall through the afternoon. This pink you're seeing to our south that was dominating Birmingham, that is freezing rain. At that point, that's what falls as liquid. It's super cooled, and as soon as it lands, it creates an iced glaze. The good news is because it's coming a little bit later to our southern counties, I'm hopeful that we'll already have a bed of snow that can more so absorb that ice than if it were to just hit straight on the ground. The rest of us seeing that snow on again, off again, pretty heavy as we head towards sunset. At that point, slightly weaker, but that snow not gone until about 9 o'clock in the evening. So of course the question is, what does that mean for driving? West of I-65, from the time you're normally going to head to work, you're already going to see about an inch of snow. Not that you can't drive in that, but you're already going to start to notice some difficulties. Later into the afternoon, we're talking upwards of 4 inches. At that point, it would be very difficult to drive. And once the sun sets and then we start to see a significant refreeze of that, I would not recommend being on the road. Similar story east of I-65. Earlier in the morning, it's light snow. So if you have a very, very early morning errand, you should be fine. Starting to see more of that build in the afternoon, becoming more difficult, but again, I would be home by the time you get to late afternoon, by the time that sun sets, without question. Then let's talk about next week. We're going to see a little bit of improvement from last year. Last year we had freezing rain, which gave us ice. We also saw 5 days after the ice event that gave us sub-freezing temperatures that didn't allow for melt. This year we're seeing a whole lot of snow, very little if any ice, and we're already seeing temperatures above freezing as early as Saturday. Now we're just barely above freezing, so anything that is not plowed will refreeze overnight into Sunday morning. But Sunday afternoon, I do think we're going to see a good bit of that melting take shape as through the rest of the afternoons. We will continue to see refreeze take shape overnight, though, for anything that is left over, meaning that the very early mornings are going to be difficult drive times. We'll be right back.